Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4 to the checkered flag. He wins his first NASCAR highlight.
Good evening everybody and welcome to ARL TV. I'm Alex Simpson. I'm joined in the commentary box this afternoon by Dean Prescott. Hi Dean.
Good evening, Alex.
Seems a bit quiet and lonely in here today, just the two of us, compared to the mayhem that was all four of us last week.
Yeah, it was a little bit crazy last week.
We're round 3 of the Road to Pro Grand Prix series on iRacing and we are at Interlagos. Fantastic track. But I won't waste any more time explaining it. Let's hand it over to our friends over at Forza Azure Racing.
Hello and welcome to Forza Aira Track Guides. Today we are going to have a look at one of the traditional Formula 1 tracks, Interlagos. Originally the area where the track was built was planned to be just another suburb, but because of the influences of 1929 stock market crash, instead of houses, a racing circuit was built. That's why this track has a distinct surrounding. Most racing circuits are located outside of the cities, but this is in the city of Sao Paulo. The track is very interesting to drive, as it has some unique characteristics. First of all, it's run counterclockwise. It also has very dramatic elevation changes, especially in the braking area and through the first 3 corner complex, which was named after the Brazilian Formula 1 legend, Ayrton Senna. The rest of the circuit features a number of slow corners, so the car should be set up with maximum acceleration capability and with high downforce setting. In a moment, Petteri Kotovaara will demonstrate a lap for us, but let's ask him a few questions first. Pepe, what do you think is special about this track?
Special about this track is the grip level. It's very slippery and tricky to drive.
And what do you think the racing is going to be like here?
Racing will be intense as there is couple spots, turn 1 and turn 3, where you have chance for overtake.
And now the lap itself.
Hello everybody and welcome on board with me, Petteri. Car is almost reaching 300 km per hour for the turn 1, where you brake very hard and rotate the first turn. Wait until you can put full throttle through the curves. It's like a little downhill chicane. Again, hit the brakes hard using the second gear for this left-hander. Going for the long right-hander, you tap the brake, pump the throttle until slow section starts. Using whole track, especially the curbs, as much as you can. First gear every time from the exits. Easy with the throttle because you can lose control if you're not paying attention. After this, right-hander going to the left, you go full speed without lifting. Oversteer in the last exit is normal at this track before getting this lap done.
Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Right, welcome back. Thanks to Azure Racing for doing that for us. Obviously, last time that was done, I was on the old build. That's the major talking point of this week, Dean. We've got a shiny new build for us. Lots of grip, major change into the way the car handles and performs. And yeah, so far everybody's given it a bit of a thumbs up.
Yeah, everyone else seemed to give it a thumbs up, but I've noticed of recent people not so much complaining about the curve, but saying they're pretty much undrivable, so let's see how we get on.
Yeah, just having a quick look at qualifying positions at the moment. I can press the right button, that is. Daniel Lopez, quickest time this week overall as well, 1 minute 10.529, obviously a World Championship driver. So Kazuki Omishima, a 111.1, so he's just done that right on the last qualifying session, so great time from him. Lee Thompson, our own commentator stroke ARUK driver, 11.2, great lap. Christian Tanho just joined Friction Racing, I believe, 11.3. Mohamed Patel for Twister, 11.3 as well. Frederick Evers, new name, Frederick even, sorry, 11.3 as well. Samuel De La Fuente, 11.4. Miko Nazi, returning face from the last couple of weeks, 11.4 as well. LJ Garnett, 11.4, he'll be delighted with that, good time. Justin Lindsay has been struggling with qualifying, 11.7. Gonna whiz through the rest of them. Frank Levick, Josh Chin, Danielo Figueiredo in 13th, Marco 14th, Anthony Kopek in 15th. Big grid, 3 splits as well today, which is another major talking point. Huge points are going to be up for this one, Dean.
Most definitely. Few pro DWC drivers, so should be good. Let's hope we can make it through turn 1. The revs are building. Oh, green, green, green.
Yeah, it looks like Kazuki got a little sideways there. Obviously, the new gear ratio is catching a few drivers out. Someone up the inside looks clean so far. Oh, we've got a spinner. I think that's Miko. And one of the ARUK cars. I'm not sure who that was. But Daniel Lopez absolutely flying off the line. He's got a good 1 second gap already. Lee Thompson holding on to the outside. Just on board with Mohamed Patel.
It was Miko Nassi and Justin Lindsay through turn 1. Justin looks like he's got a very badly damaged car, so I'm expecting him to retire.
Yeah, Frederick, another name for Friction Racing. I think they've got more drivers than we have, Dean. I mean, what's that about?
Well, you know, we'll try our best to keep up with people.
We've got LJ and I think that's Josh Chin having a little battle, side by side, 3 corners. Oh, very sideways.
Yeah, I think it might have been Joshua who got a... not Joshua, sorry, LJ who got a bit of a nudge into turn 1. So he may have some front wing damage. Good battle here up front. Ooh, something very wide there. Kazuki. Lena having a look around the outside, looks back up to the inside.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a bit of a run down here. Kazuki defending, Lee's up the inside, side by side. Looks like Lee's got the move done, just got to cover this next corner.
Yeah, he's got past. So that's Lee up into second place now. He'll be, fingers crossed he can keep it. People getting very close. So Mohammed just behind Christian Talahato.
Yeah, Mohammed, a driver who I think everybody would have touted for pro this season, but not really spent as much time in the car. Maybe the new build has piqued his interest a little bit and he's going to have a bit more of a run. I mean, the drivers are quite fortunate that it's after week 2, so you know they can throw away the first 2 weeks as drop rounds and start again as a fresh.
Yeah, looks like these guys are just settling down at the minute though. Again, Kazuki goes very wide in turn 1. Lee's starting to pull a little bit of a gap on these guys.
Yeah, and we've got Tat and Ho having a look up the inside of Kazuki. Not quite close enough to make it happen. Does run wide into turn 4.
Yeah, those two pretty much the only two places to pass as Mohammed gets very close. At turn 1, sorry, is a place to pass along with turn 4.
Just having a look at the lap time last time by for Kazuki, it was quite slow. I wonder if he's opting for a no-stop strategy. This is something else that we've seen a lot this week. Drivers either going for a 1-stop or a 2-stop. Both strategies can work. It's all about whether or not you get away cleanly at the start. You don't get hold up. And so far, I mean, Lee, he's got himself past Kazuki and he's pulled away. It does look a little bit to me like this is potentially what's happened here. It's important for Christian and Co behind to get themselves up and alongside and past. You see a bit of a train starting to form.
Yeah, Talahato now under pressure from Mohammed. Oh, saw him very late there, did Talahato.
Yeah, he's going to come under pressure here from De La Fuente as well. Also side by side, he's going to have the inside for here, but thinks better of it, doesn't want to push too much. Should be able to get back up the inside. He's going to hold the inside here. I think he thought better off to survive that, but he's got his teammate alongside him now.
That's Frederick.
Oh, and he's lost it.
Frederick and Joshua very close to coming together. Very well not to though. Joshua's under pressure from Marco. Marco having a look at the inside turn 1. Joshua lets him through.
Yep, sorry about that, just missed that one on the string. But we're on board with Mohammed again now, having a look up the inside of Kazuki. Got that done very, very easily.
Ooh, a little bit of a nudge there from Kazuki by the looks of it.
Yeah, Tatenho all the way down to 11th place after that spin. Just goes to show how tight this pack is. Wouldn't expect anything less with 3 splits.
Yeah, Kazuki just doesn't seem to have the race pace. Maybe he's got the fuel on board to take him further than everybody else.
Yeah, the more and more I look at it, I mean, on 113.8, it just definitely just cries out to me a no-stopper. It's going to be important for these guys to get past and get away. Samuel up next, already getting quite a slipstream coming down this main straight. He's going to have a look up the inside. Kazuki's not really trying to defend as well, so it's all just, to me, oh, he's lost it though. Yeah, to me, the fact that he's not defending going into these corners says he doesn't want to be held up at all, so he'll let the drivers go if they get alongside him.
Is
But-
that LJ putting a move on Joshua in the background as well? I think it is.
It is cleaning up the inside there.
And Joshua, another one who seems to be falling backwards.
Yeah, again, I wonder if that's down to the strategy. Although last time by 13.0, so I think it's probably not slow enough to indicate a no stopper. Maybe a long one stop.
Just seeing Marco putting some pressure on Frederick. Again, turn 1 seems to be one of the good places to pick up. Frederick a little bit wide, can get away with it. Oh, Marco looking around the outside, coming out to the centre S's. Switches back into the inside. Again has another little look, side by side. Frederick spotted him, giving plenty of room.
Yeah, job well done.
Marco.
Definitely seems to be where the bulk of the overtakes have happened this week, although Frederick having a little look back. Seems to be a lot of people lining everyone up going into the turn 1, 2, 3 Centre S section.
Well, Daniel Lopez just putting in a 11.8 up at the front.
Yeah, absolutely flying out there.
Pretty much in the bag already. Commentator's curse.
Yeah, I mean, he's been so quick this week, it's just been crazy.
Thompson pretty much on his own at the minute. You can see Mohammed just in his mirrors.
Yeah, Mohammed was slightly quicker that last time by, but he's got enough of a gap because he got past Kazuki nice and quickly.
And a good little gaggle of cars coming together there for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And another little battle just behind for 10th position. That's Talahato making his way back through. Coming up on Mikhail, who looks like he's got some front wing damage.
Yeah, it does indeed.
So Talahato will definitely be looking to get past here. As soon as he can, make the run on back up to the guys in front.
I don't think Christian will be too disappointed. I know he scored a good haul of points this week. I think it was 195 I saw him score. Just checking out the stats now, 189 points he's got so far, so those drivers that are going for pro, they want to try and target a 200 point race, so I think if they can get themselves into a top 6 position in this split, would make it happen. He's given himself a hell of a job.
Again, looking at the lap times though, Mohammed's definitely pushing. 112.2 compared to Lee's 112.8. So I'm sure Lee will be spotting that on his relative. Still, he's got that good bit of a cushion behind yet. Looking about 3 seconds. Let's see what's around this time by.
Yeah, I think the most important thing here as well, it's so easy to make a mistake, is just to keep on circulating a nice consistent pace. Bit better lap this time, responding a little bit with a 12.6, but still Mohammed closing up 3/10.
Yeah, had a little slide into turn 1 though.
Yeah, I thought I heard something there.
But yeah, definitely on the push up towards Lee.
Yeah.
Still this battle behind for 5th, 6th, 7th.
Kazuki, looking at his pace, he seems to be getting it into the range that he needs to. He can't afford to lose any more than 0.8 of a second per lap, and he's done that this time by, so with a 13.3. So yeah, if he can carry on improving at the same rate as everybody else does, he could be on for a second place here.
Look at this little battle here between Marco and Frederick. Nose to tail, and LJ is just behind. Keeping an eye on this. LJ we had in the commentary box last week. Sent me a PM late last night saying he's lost the sound in one of his headphones, so only driving with one ear. Looks like Frederick had a bit of a pole last sector. LJ hounding down on him. And again, Kazuki's very wide through turn 1. Not sure if that's his line or he's just making little mistakes. But whatever gap he does tend to pull on these guys, it seems to get swallowed back up into turn 1. And look, a little bit further back, you've got Talhato who's made it past Makel now. Talhato will be on his way up.
Yeah, Christian, he's got about a 4-second gap to Josh that he's got to try and catch up. Obviously Josh not too far beyond this battle that we're just watching now.
Just got Daniel Lopez putting a lap on Miko. Miko was caught up in turn 1. Looks like Lee spotted the response from Mohammed as well. It was a little bit closer on lap time. Still Lee a little bit slower though. Mohammed, I'm sure he'll be pushing, hitting his marks lap after lap. But this little gap, this little battle, sorry, for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th is starting to spread out a little bit.
Yeah, just what I was thinking. It seems like Kazuki just picked the pace up a little bit and then the gap just spread out, so... Yeah, 13 dead that time by. So I only lost half a second to Lee. It's about 22 seconds, 22, 24 seconds, something like that for a pit stop here. So that's the kind of gap that these guys are going to want. That is assuming that he is doing a no stop. I can't see it being anything else. So having a quick look at the guys who are obviously in the hunt for this pro license. Obviously it's what we're here for. The top 10 finishers this season get themselves awarded a pro license to compete in the Pro Series. This is season 3. We've already had 1 and 2, so 20 of those drivers already been signed, and we're actually got a move going down the back straight. Kazuki having to defend. I don't think he's going to do it. Just as I said before, just lets him have it. It's not really defending out there. You compare that to what it was like at Watkins Glen and Indianapolis, where he was defending everything. I just think it's like his strategy. He knows he can't afford to lose any time fighting.
Yeah, no, have to be careful as well. That's just Frederick just behind. Michael a little bit wide. Can get away with it where he was. And on the brakes to what I would call the final corner.
Yeah, wait, sorry, I was just looking at these, the people. Obviously, we've got Kazuki leading the Road to Pro at the moment. Well, he's going to come under pressure again going into turn 1. Joseph Fabian, who's not driving this week, done a little bit of practice. Oh! I think that was Frederick, was it? Just running a little bit wide. Just braking late. It's ever so easy to do that blind. You can't see your braking point. He's coming under pressure now by Josh Chin in the background.
Yeah, looked like he just missed his braking point. Did ever so well to not hit the back. Yeah, Joshua Chin definitely all over the back of him now. Joshua having a look around the outside. Come into the tight technical stuff. Thinks better of it. Maybe this is what Joshua needs, just to get pulled up a little bit. Started to drop back, but his pace is picking up, is Joshua. 112.5. Compared to these guys in front, 112.6 from LJ, 113.2 from Marco. So let's see what it's running this time by. Marco a 12.5. Kazuki 13 dead. LJ 13.1. Frederick a 115 because he had the off track at turn 1.
Yeah, and Joshua 13.5, and I think that's partly because he had to avoid and have that little battle with Frederick. Yeah, obviously Josh, Frederick not showing in the top 10 Road to Pro, but these guys might be people who are turning up, so I expect at this point in the season we're going to see a whole bunch of new faces that we haven't done. I mean, I'm not seeing obviously Paolo in there, Lee Thompson, we are Hunter Manley's a no-show this week. Jorge Montanez, no sign of him as well. We've got a driver pulled up on the side, I'm guessing that's Miko Nasi just letting everybody through. Liam Williams, who I think was in the other split potentially, obviously in split 2. It's not in TeamSpeak right now, so it might not have gone too well for him. And Frank Levick as well, I haven't seen Frank, he was in this race, down in 12th place at the moment. Miko Nasi just on the bubble, Justin Lindsay 12th, Christian Tattenho was 13th, so he needs a good strong finish this week. Kazuki coming under pressure from LJ now. Keeps slipping back, but these times are improving every lap, so it's order as it should be.
Yeah, and Talahato is definitely pulling these guys back in. Pace has picked up a little bit in this mid-group now though. Everyone seems to be running their own kind of lap times.
Just quickly jumping back up to Lee Thompson, still got that sort of 2 and a bit second gap over Mohammed, but Mohammed definitely closing in on him. And Daniel Lopez, well, he's just way out front at the moment. 17 second gap as Lee just crosses the line.
Another not a great lap from Lee, 12.4. Mohammed at 12 dead, I think. It was 12.014. So lap 17 of 48. What kind of lap are we expecting pit stop, Felix?
Well, I think we could be expecting them from, well, if you're not stupid like me, anywhere from 26 to perhaps 30. A short field on the, well, didn't put enough fuel in the last one. I ended up coming in lap 23, so yeah, 26 I think is going to be the one. I don't want to give away game away too much of where Lee's going, but I think he's going longer than that. So it could be interested with Mohammed. I can't remember what Mohammed was doing in the previous race. Otherwise I would say this could be a battle in the pit stop strategy window.
And while we've just been talking about that, I've just had a flick back and LJ's up into P6. Like these guys are all bunched together again, and oh, Kazuki's gone wide. I'm not sure what has happened. He's just gone wide around the right left-hand kink.
Well, that's his race done for. He needs to get the car off the track, that's for sure. Let's have a quick look at that back, see what went on there.
Stationary at the minute. There you go. He's just jumped out of the car.
Just watching it on replay, oh, it just looked like his wheel disconnected or something there. All of a sudden he's got no drive, he's got no control, the steering's not moving. Oh, gutted. This is why he couldn't exit out of the sim as well, because the car was still rolling.
very unfortunate for him. Running with some good pace he was.
It's the only race he's done this week as well. He needed to score good points in there, and he had the potential still for a P2. Just on board with Daniel Lopez, your leader, and he is absolutely flying out there. 1:11.2 last time by. Fastest lap so far posted by him was a 1:11.0. Yeah, compare that to the next fastest driver, which is Mohammed, also in the 1:11s now. 1:11.8. Oh, and we got a spinner coming out of the downhill left axle. I can't think what we call the corner. Oh, Daniel very, very sideways, catching that car on the last corner.
Anthony Kapak got some front wing damage. Looks like he had that before losing it. In fact, yeah, he did. Does very well actually, Anthony. Could have easily got beached on that curb. But yeah, it looks like he definitely needs a new front wing. Anthony does. The thing's starting to spread out a little bit. Joshua Chin still behind Frederick. And it's just allowing LJ to scamper away a little bit. Yeah, 1/10 quicker that last lap was LJ. Joshua 12.4, Frederick 12.5, so the draft does seem to be working, but also hindering him a little bit.
Yeah, and this gap for second place has come down even further as well. Lee's actually under a fair bit of pressure now from Mohammed, just a half a second behind him. I think Lee just needs to keep a cool head.
And don't do anything stupid.
This is us trying to tell him over the commentary, of course.
He obviously knows that Mohammed is very rapid. He still continues to hit his mark after mark. We'll see what kind of speed Mohammed's hitting. 3:03 by the end of that little straight. He could be set up for the pass. Very planted does the twister car.
One thing about this build is most cars look very planted now in comparison to what we had before. Very unusual to see a driver getting out of shape unless they're absolutely pushing it to its limits. Lee going very wide there on the last corner. I think he just got a little bit too far over to the right. Everybody does use that little runoff area, but you get two wheels on there, it tends to lock the car up under a fair bit of pressure now.
Mohammed look left, look right, around the outside. Very careful, guys.
Yeah, Lee holds the inside there. Nicely done. He's going to be under pressure going down this back straight though. See if he hugs the inside. Doesn't.
Until he moves over. Oh, very early and very late on the brakes from Mohammed. Gets around the outside of him. So some great driving from Mohammed to have that commitment.
Let's have a quick look at that one back. Yeah, he got a great run actually coming out of that last corner.
Yeah, Lee just needs to stick right behind him, but he gets very sideways.
Jump back to the live action.
Lee's He's starting to have these little mistakes creep in, it's not helping him.
Yeah, what he hasn't got to do is he hasn't got to worry too much about Kazuki anymore. So everybody else, I'm pretty sure, is on one stopper race. So just needs to try and stay as close to Mohammed as he can.
Yeah, I just thought that was somebody catching up, but it's actually Anthony Kapak. Made him pass somewhere, not sure where that was.
Yeah, Samuel is about 5 seconds behind, I think, at the minute. So he's got enough of a gap on him.
Yeah, just under 5 seconds. Moku's just starting to catch up. Start to catch up a little bit towards the back here. Christian Talahato coming up onto Joshua Chin. So he's definitely made that gap come way down.
Yeah, we know how quick Christian is as well. Christian using all that runoff area as well.
You have to be very careful, he can get very bumpy out there. Which he did a little bit, you saw him turn in and he just stepped away from him.
So yeah, just having a quick look at the gyro camera. I know it's not a particularly well used one in the F1 cars, but it does half emphasise the camber changes that go on here at Interlagos. Some pretty steep angles there as well. Yeah, he's quick in a straight line as well, doesn't he, old Christian? I think if he can get a run on Josh, he shouldn't have a problem getting alongside. Oh, Josh just clipped the inside curb there in front. Got a little bit sideways, saved it quickly. Didn't really lose him any time.
If anything, he might have helped him for the next corner, although he did run a little wide.
Christian's eyes lit up thinking, what am I going to need to do here? Avoid this, slip up the inside, is that another spot? But in the end, nothing comes of it. I mean, these guys aren't too far behind Frederick and LJ. Christian can get himself past, he could have a run at those guys. I wonder if his teammate will let him just go straight through.
You never know, this early in the season. Yeah, it just doesn't look like he has the top end, does Christian? He was stuck at 300 there. KPH.
Yeah, it's funny, I was just saying he looked like he had enough straight line speed, but when it boiled down to it, just couldn't quite get alongside in the end. There's something else that I think we've noticed a lot with this new build. There's definitely a variety of downforce levels, wickers that are being run out there, so I think we're going to see that quite a bit throughout the season, which is only a good thing in my opinion. Yeah, still Christian not able to get close enough to make a move. Probably the closest he's been all race.
307 he gets up to, so he does have the top speed, just not in the right place. And that still goes on, that little battle though. And Mohamed's starting to pull on Lee, although Lee last lap round was quicker. Doesn't look like Lee's made it into the 11s yet. In fact, he hasn't.
Yeah, 1:12.051 quickest time. And Mohamed's quickest is an 11.6, so he's out there absolutely flying. We're lap 27 as well, so I'm thinking we're going to start seeing some pit stops very, very shortly. Just
Mohammed last lap. Actually 11.5.
point out, Daniel did an 11.7, sorry, a 10.7 last time by, so... And in comes Josh Chin.
A little bit early from where he was pacing, so let's see what he can do when he gets back out. Everyone else seems to be opting to stay out a little bit longer. Say that. And Daniel Lopez jumps in, lap 28. So he's pitting quite a little bit earlier than, well, at least what I would have thought of.
Yeah, a bit longer than he has done in the past, though. I've seen him in at that as early as lap 26, so obviously going for a slightly longer strategy this time by.
Possibly doing some pacing for the DWC later on in the season. To see what kind of optimals he can get with the different loads of fuel. But look at that, he's pitted and he's still got that gap on Mohammed. He did an 11.6 last lap round. And Lee finally into the 11s, 11.8.
Yeah, Friction Racing guys getting ever closer to each other at this point, lap 28.
Yeah, Talahato's definitely in that draft there now. Again, just down that back straight, he just doesn't seem to be able to get the power.
Yeah, I wonder if that top gear is just too long, it's struggling to pull it. It's a tough one, you know, you want to get as much speed as you can, but the car's got to be able to pull that gear ratio, even in that slipstream. Very easy just to overgear. I know a lot of that was going on at Watkins as well. I mean, I fell foul to that as well, just putting it just a little bit tall, had to knock it back a gear in the end. Which made the car just a little bit faster on its own as well as in the draft.
It just seems to be here where he picks it up.
The leader comes on to lap 29. Let's see if any of these guys opting for pits. Indeed, Frederick is in.
Quite the pit entrance here as you're braking uphill. It just gives you the opportunity to carry a little bit extra speed.
Yeah, it's important to get that braking marker absolutely right. Ooh, I think, I'm not sure who that was. Was that Frederick just getting a little bit out of shape in the pit lane? Marco as well, a little bit out of shape in the Senna S.
Yeah, definitely put the power down a little bit too early.
Was that Tatanho actually? I think it was Tatanho, it was indeed. Oh no, I lied, it wasn't at all. Way off mark there.
Talahato coming very close to LJ.
Yeah, it was Frederick actually who he was fighting with, Marco.
11.6.
Frank Levick as well, down in 10th place. So unusual to see Frank all the way down there. It looks like Mohammed's into the pits.
Yeah, it just comes out just behind these two. Just behind LJ, sorry, and Talahato.
Yeah, Marco having a look on Frederick here. He's got the switch back. He's going to have the wide lines. Just a straight drag race down this back straight. He's got the move done. Fantastic drive out of there. Although Frederick up the inside, late braking, defending well. Still side by side, but I think it's all done. Made him work for that, but Marco, he's got himself past.
Oh, a little bit closer than expected from Frederick though, through the double right-hander, sorry. Not sure if Marco's having to up the brakes to bring it round.
Lee Thompson into the pits as well.
Lee's just on his way out, coming out just behind Anthony Kabak. Side by side, actually, I should say. Oh, Anthony away. Just needed to hold your line there, Anthony. Didn't need to come across Lee. But safe and sound nonetheless.
Yeah, it seems as if Mohammed just held that gap as well. That 1 lap extra that Lee had on board fuel wasn't enough to make any real inroads in the pit stop.
Talahato hounding down on LJ just in front of Mohammed. LJ must be coming to the end of his stint, but he's pulled the gap there on Talahato. I'm not sure if Talahato was running a little bit too light on fuel. Had to back out. Indeed, he jumps into the pits, narrowly avoiding the tyres.
Yeah, LJ still going on, so he must be very, very heavy. Reached lap 32 now, so it shows what I know about the strategies.
Could we see LJ maybe going for a 10-lap splash and dash? Be very interesting if he does. He's up into P3 at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, all the time he does this. I mean, let's not forget Samuel Fuente as well. He's still out there as well, lapping fairly reasonably. I mean, 111.7 last time by, so it doesn't look like he's on the end of his fuel run, so maybe he's a surprise no-stopper in this race. If it is, fantastic strategy from him.
Yeah, just having a quick look, see what he does this time round. A little bit in no man's land at the minute. Indeed, he dives into the pits. Yeah. So that could mean LJ's up into P2. Indeed, LJ stays out. So maybe LJ trying something a little different, going as long as he can.
Yeah, 4.3 second stop for Samuel there. It was a quick one. He's going to have brought himself a little bit closer to Lee and Mohammed with that long stint, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Well, definitely a lot closer than he was, but as you say, it's just not enough. I think his target now will be LJ, see where LJ can come out.
Yeah, Tatton now 10 or so seconds behind Samuel, so he's pretty safe on that account.
And still battles 8th, 9th, 10th. Still all within a blanket throw of each other. Frederick stuck in the middle still. And LJ stays out another lap. Definitely going as long as he can. 111.8, so that's a good pace from LJ. Got Mohammed on a 12.4 just behind, so doing all the right things.
Yeah, when you're saying the sort of time that him and Lee are doing behind, you have to think he's still on for a scheduled pit stop somewhere. I can't see it being a no-stopper. Quite a few drivers out. Ryan Terpstra, haven't seen him in the car for quite some time. Had a chance, didn't make it past turn 1. Nico Nassi, Zuki, and Justin. Actually, Ryan must have done. He's only shown his 10 laps down, so not sure what happened to him. Hasn't really featured all race, mind you, so very odd.
Yeah, I can't see him on the track. Just coming around now, lap 34, starting 35 for LJ. Let's see if he dives in again. No, again he stays out. Although he was a little bit slower that time, 12.08. Mohammed 12.03. So starting to equalise out there a little bit now.
Yeah, let's just have a quick look at what the guys were behind as well. Lee with a 12.5 and Samuel with a 12.4. So that's going to be an interesting battle for the rest of the race. 13 laps to go.
Ooh, got Frank running a little bit wide through the centre S's. Here goes his teammate Frank Levick. Frederick running wide, sorry. Frank Levick having a look up the inside. Wheel to wheel racing by the team. And still they're going at it. Definitely no team orders there. But Frederick holds on to that position.
Yeah, give each other a wide berth there, so it seems like the only rule is not to hit each other.
It's just a back marker just ahead.
Now OJ's into the pits. See where he's going to come out. Nice quick stop. 3 seconds. I mean, it just literally shows just a splash of fuel is all that was needed there. It's pretty much just the pit stop for the tyres, really.
Yeah, I'll have to be careful. He's got Tallahassee coming up.
Yeah, that's the next guy. 5th place though. LJB absolutely loving this at the moment. His car should be really quick at this point. Obviously everybody on the same level of fuel, but he'll have fresh rubber underneath him. Although that's a bit of a contentious point this week as well, as the tyre degradation seems to have been massively reduced with the new build. Up front, still got Daniel Lopez leading by a whopping 32 seconds last time by, just in a different league this week. Nobody out there to really even get close to him.
Yeah, even in traffic he's 11.7, so definitely pulling out all the stops. Like I said earlier, maybe just finding his feet for later on in the DWC. See what kind of fuel burn he can get, where he can push, where he can't. But we do tend to see Daniel week in, week out driving the
the last couple of weeks he's been there, so let's see what he does next week. I know those guys should be at Zandvoort, but we're at Montreal, and that's going to be a fantastic race as well.
I saw just see Marco diving into the pits. That might be a little bit late.
Yeah, I think you're right, he is in. He's already been in once as well, so this must be a second stop. It is indeed.
Ah, I'm seeing he's got front
wing damage on that. Yeah, car's all jacked up.
Still showing the front wing damage.
Yeah, I think we've seen some of those little graphical bugs like that of late. I'm sure it will just pop back into place lap or so's time. Comes out alongside Miko, I think there is.
Yeah, it is. So you may be coming under a little bit of pressure later on in this race is Lee Thompson again. Samuel's definitely putting the hammer down. 12-0 last. And Lee was at 12-2. So we'll have to be very careful.
Yeah, 2 seconds separate them at the moment. For sure Lee will want to hold on to this third place. I mean, the points are going to be pretty monstrous. It's a top split race.
So just seeing Mikel jumping in the pits in P7. So he's dropped down now to P11, I think. Maybe P10. Yeah, Lee's definitely checking his mirrors, seeing who's coming.
I mean,
Seen it past a few laps.
he's still not that far behind Mohammed, actually. These three quite evenly matched on performance this week.
Yeah, Mohammed with that slight bit of
Yeah, I mean, he's in the 11s, Mohammed, quite consistently, so...
yeah, lead low 12, high 11s. And again, so Samuel low 12s, high 11s. And Lee definitely have to be wary of what's going on behind. Just coming up on the back marker.
Yeah, gets out of the way nicely there. Lets both drivers through. Lee, do you want to take us on board a lap with Samuel?
It'd be very interesting if he did.
I mean, Dean. Sorry.
Yeah, let me just find the camera. And here we go, turn 1. Turn down in actually onto turn 1. A lot of people turning in far too early. Maybe a little cut on turn 2 and then flat out all the way down. Exiting the centre S's. Using that little bit of a kink on the right hand side to spot your braking point. Run the curb, runs very wide, gets an off track for that one. Again, flat out completely. Little lift down into 5th, drop into 4th, then back on the power. Use the different gradations of tarmac to judge your braking. Very slow technical point there, now it's flat out again. Use the tree as a braking point, gets a little bit squirrely. Yeah, flat out again now. Just be wary of this left hander, he can kick the back end round. Using all the AstroTurf on the right. Very bumpy as you can see, fighting the car. There you go, flat out again.
Yeah, I have to say that last corner I think is probably the hardest corner on the track. Very, very inconsistent. You can just catch dip bumps very, very differently and cause yourself to spin.
It definitely
So
showed.
Samuel was fighting it hard there coming out of that corner.
Yeah, his last lap 12.3, whereas Lee's was a 12 dead. He just got Marco letting Lee past. Pretty sure I let Samuel pass up on here. Indeed he does. So Samuel's still on the hunt for Lee. We've got P3. LJ still holding on to P5. Quite the gap back to Talahato.
Yeah, we've got a battle here between Josh Chin, Frank Levick.
Yeah, not sure what's happened there because Frank was at the front of these guys. Just in front of his teammate Frederick. So Daniel Lopez made it past these two guys. Joshua.
It looks like Josh has got a bit of front wing damage on that car as well, so... And is that LJ with front wing damage?
It doesn't look like.
Oh no, it's not. It was somebody else. Sorry, I think that was Anthony
just...
Kopek. Yeah, just getting the colour schemes confused there for a second.
And Lopez want to get past Frederick as soon as possible. Indeed, I think this might be the place. Frederick holds his line. Daniel goes up the inside. Good racing from those guys. Frederick just saw it. Just give it a little lift of the gas. That's Frederick in P7. You'll be happy with that.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, first race in the car in the series as well. So.
Oh, you say that he's just spun it and into the tyre barrier.
Commentator's curse.
As always. So that jumps Joshua up into P7 now. I'll not say anything about that. Just in case Troy Schultz hears this later. Comes hunting for me. Troy's a good one who always tends to spectate the races. So drives for TNT, pro guy.
Yeah, he's got a little watchful eye, I think, over Josh here, as well as Miko. Sure, Miko will be doing the next one. I know a few of our guys are as well, so...
Yeah, Miko's just jumping out the pits again, not sure what that's for. Yeah, things starting to settle down again. Talahato's maybe got LJ in his sights. Talahato 11.8 compared to LJ's 12.5.
Yeah, we've only got 5 laps to go though. I mean, it's going to take an awful lot to get up to him at this point.
Yeah, Samuel again edging closer and closer to Lee. Lee at 12.1 compared to Samuel's 11.6.
Yeah, Mohammed looks quite comfortable in second place. He'll be delighted with this.
You say that, Daniel Lopez has had a little bit of a spin. Coming out to the centre S's.
He's 40 seconds clear, he's allowed to spin it all he wants.
I'm sure he'll not be happy with himself for that one though. Even more gutted that I spotted it. Yeah, he's still got that gap. Pretty sure he'll still be in the 12s for this lap as well. The pace that he's going.
Yeah, I think this gap now, let's have a look as they cross the line, 1.1 seconds. De La Fuente from Thompson. Thompson just needs to keep hitting his marks. Keep him in that bit of dirty air at the moment. Once he gets within that 0.6 of a second, that's when he can really start to make big gains.
Yeah, I'll just be starting to feel that draft coming into effect.
Yeah, it's a very odd one. You hit the dirty air before you sort of get any kind of real advantage of the draft. So you get to this area and it's quite tough to break inside it. It's not a lot, but it's just there. Very squirrely in the background was Samuel. Lee with an 11.8, sorry 11.7. Samuel with an 11.7 as well, but marginally quicker.
Could hear somebody on the grass in the background there. Not sure if it was a back marker. It was like LJ may have just clung on to P5. Talahato's done everything he can to pull him back in. That's a good race pace from LJ.
Yeah, the strategy paid out well for him as well there.
Pretty sure I'll have to grab that off him. Still the battle for P7 and P8. Frank Levick and Joshua Chin still battling at it. Joshua still has the edge though.
Yep, just 2.5 laps for these guys to settle what's going to happen here. I think if Frank's going to make a move, he's going to have to get as close as possible this lap. Pile the pressure on.
A little bit squirrely on the exit. Still getting that toe down the back straight, although it's not really a straight. Comes up, hits 305 across the line.
Yeah, Lopez is onto his last lap as well.
Looks
These
like
guys
Joshua,
have been lapped, so it's all or nothing for these guys.
yeah, looks like Joshua may have this. Fingers crossed, no commentator's curse.
Yeah, if you can hold on just down here. All really about this last corner. I mean, if Josh just gets it a little bit wrong, Frank has got the option to, well, the possibility to get past. I think we saw Michele Mancusi make a move on Tattenhall on the last lap as he got a little bit sideways coming out of the last corner. Josh in a bit deep there.
Looks like Frederick's got it.
Just going to very quickly switch to your race winner. Here he comes into the last corner, Daniel Lopez. What a fantastic drive from him. That one little mistake, but fastest lap of the race was
1:10.704.
Yeah, 0.7. I mean, he's been quicker. We've seen him do 0.4s, but nonetheless, he still absolutely smashed the competition here today. Some 37 seconds the last time by. Fantastic win. Let's just jump back to Josh and Frank just to see how that ends up.
Joshua just hold on.
And the next battle that we were keeping an eye on was this battle between Lee and Samuel. Doesn't look like the gap's closed any. In fact, last time by, actually I think Lee had pulled away and then Samuel closed back up again. 11.3 from Samuel last lap. Hell of a time as well. And here comes Lee to take the final podium spot. Sorry we missed Mohammed taking second, but he was way out in front of these guys. Delighted with that is Lee podium in this top split race and should have net a whole load of points there.
Yeah, and LJ is just going over the line now to take P5. You'll be, I'm sure, very delighted.
Yeah,
Finishing with 12.001.
Yeah, no doubt, fantastic there. And Christian as well, just going to get that 6th spot. That's a hell of a fight back from Christian. Could have been a lot worse, that race for him there.
There we have it.
So final classifications as they stand, Daniel Lopez does take the victory by some 37.2 seconds according to my screen from Mohammed Patel. Mohammed will be delighted with that. New build, gets inside the car, gets himself a fantastic result in this Road to Pro series. He obviously is a Class A driver. Lee Thompson also Class A and needing the points. Fantastic result from him. Samuel De La Fuente. Let's see if these GT Ross guys are back. We saw Javier Soto back in the last race as well, so maybe we might see the return of those guys. LJ Garnett in 5th place, Christian Tanno, Josh Chin, Frank Levick, Mikel and Marco round out your top 10. And then we've got Cyrus, Anthony, Danilo, Frederick after he crashed out, Miko, Ryan, Kazuki and Justin all several laps down. Right, I believe Mr. Prescott you're going to leave me to sort the interviews out.
That's correct.
Right, well while I'm just getting myself all ready for that, we'll go to a quick commercial break and we will be right back.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Right, welcome back to ARL TV. This round 3 of the iRacing Road to Pro Grand Prix Series. Alex Simpson, just waiting for a couple of guys to come up. Actually, first person to join us is our very own Lee Thompson. Hello, buddy. You must be absolutely delighted with that result.
Yes, delighted and shattered, all in one go.
Yeah, demanding track, 48 laps, very tough. Tell us a little bit about the race, the start, and how it progressed. You got yourself up into second pretty quickly as well.
Yeah, I already had the pressure off a little bit thanks to decent points in the last race. So yeah, I felt I could try and be relatively aggressive if the opportunities arose, and I didn't have as much to lose as perhaps others like Patel and De La Fuente, who haven't really scored big yet this weekend until now. So yeah, got a great start. Finding the start's much easier now, of course, with the new build, but managed to move off quite happily with the cars in front. And then after a lap of following Umeshima, he had a little bit of a struggle into turn 1. Got a run on him, and really happy to make sure I was able to keep a bit of space to him. Gave him a little bit of room, and as you said, move up to second. I presumed he was then going to be on for a no-stopper, so obviously I don't know what ended up happening to him, but he was slower than you might expect at the start. And then really the rest of the race was just being hunted down by Patel first of all, who was catching me half a second a lap at times, so couldn't really put up much of a fight. I tried to hang on in turn 4, but I lost my braking marker because I was so far to the left. My braking marker's on the far right edge of the track. I just had to bail out of it early. And then when I tried to push hard the next lap and to try and stay with him, I just ended up making way too many mistakes. And then of course I thought Samuel was going to grab me at the end, but I just managed to pull out a couple of decent laps, very final 2, just to hold him off. So yeah, really happy with that podium spot.
I haven't seen what the points are saying yet, but it had
233.
I was about to say it must be an improvement on what you'd already scored. So 3 splits this one as well. So yeah, congrats on that. Nice little juicy podium, and 3 very good weeks for you now. Next week then, Montreal. I'm not sure you've done any running there yet. I mean, you obviously know the track. What's your thoughts on next week?
I did a dozen laps or so at Montreal earlier today, just while I had a bit of time to kill. And Lasper Hansen very kindly has been working there for us this last week. And it feels good. It's going to take time to get used to those walls. You don't really have that to deal with so much in iRacing. So it'll take a bit of time to get used to. I'm well off the pace at the minute, but that's fine. I've got plenty of time. Interlagos as a bonus. I was thinking I might not run because I wasn't really around at all this week. Jumped in the car on Friday, new build. So I was really happy with how I picked up on it. And it was a big thanks to yourself, Alex, for providing a great setup, as everyone's been talking about in the forum. It's made my life so much easier this season and previous seasons, of course, but perhaps it's just shown a little bit more now. So thanks to the team, thanks to GTO Maker as well for my lovely rig that I'm sat in as I'm doing it, and see you all next week.
Yeah, well done again, Lee. See you next week, mate, and wish you all the luck for that race as well.
Thank you.
Right, up next we've got LJ, who must be equally as happy with that performance. 5th place, great strategy. Tell us a little bit about your race, mate.
Well, should I start from the start where I have to apologise for hitting the back of Mikko, but I don't actually think I hit him on mine, so I was just trying to keep a close gap to see if I could get a run down out to turn 3, but I hit the back of him, unfortunately, so I apologise for that, and I apologise for him then hitting Justin as well. So strategy, I was actually surprised with my strategy. I was trying to at least keep up with some of the guys ahead, but then when I realised I was matching the pace, I thought, they got to be on heavy fuel as well. But when they started pitting on lap 27, 28, I think, I thought, well, I'm going to lap 35 here. This is a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we certainly jumped a lot of people in the pits. I mean, 5th place, forgive me if I'm wrong, but is that not your best result in the Grand Prix Series, top split?
Yeah, it is actually. The only other one I had was, in fact, the only other top split race I had was Spa last season. And that ended on lap 1, but I was surprised by this. I mean, I did a race yesterday, didn't think I was so far on the pace, but obviously the strategy worked today, so.
Yeah, we just seen that turn 1 incident. It looked like a very soft contact. I was surprised Mikko's car lurched the way it did. I mean, you got no front wing damage off it, which says how light of a contact it was. Very strange. Yeah, unfortunately, we get these funny netcode phantom. I mean, there was definite contact there, but why it was so severe? Barely any contact speed. Strange.
Yeah, I think we saw the same thing with Dean on Paolo in a race earlier today, where Dean did hit him, not terribly hard, but then Paolo went flying into there, which gave a few of us quite a laugh. So
yeah, some weird physics going on there. But I mean, obviously new build this week. What's your thoughts on the car after the build?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I think I mentioned last week I have quite an oversteery driving style, and that old build really didn't help because it was quite a slick car. But a lot more grip is definitely helping how I'm throwing the car into the corners here. So.
And next week, I was just saying to Lee, we're at Montreal. Don't know how much running you've done there. Obviously, it's a new track for everybody. No official races there in the F1 car, but done any running there yet? How'd you like the track?
I actually haven't done any running in the Formula 1 car. I did some in the Radical. Track felt good. I can see a few corners being, quite slippery, but I just want to see how many people hit the wall of champions. I know I'll probably be one of them as well. So.
Yeah, I think it's already got my name on it waiting at some point. Lots of times in practice. Let's get it out of the way and done with.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on 5th place today, mate. Great result. Like I say, used the strategy well and got yourself a whole heap of points there. And maybe this may start your own run towards a pro license at the end of the season. Is that a potential possibility?
Well, I'd like to think so, but I guess since I haven't, done last season and I missed out on a lot of the first season, I guess, look for a more sensible goal, maybe top 30, top 25 to start, and then, have a fresh start in season 1, 2014, so.
Get some experience under you. It's so valuable. So I'm in my 4th season now, and every season I learn something new, so. Well done again today, mate. Before I let you go, anyone you want to give a quick shout out to, team sponsors?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out. First I'd like to thank the team, obviously IC Motorsport. I'd like to thank Vit Solomon for helping with the setup a little bit, and of course our sponsor. I'd like to thank Ferrobet, and that's about it, I think.
Alright, mate, thanks very much. We'll catch you next week for round 4 at Montreal. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Right, last up in the box today, we've got Frank Levick. Hi, Frank. How you doing, mate?
I'm pretty good. How you doing, Alex?
Yeah, all good, buddy. I have to say, I kind of expected to see you a bit further up the grid today. Did you struggle at all here, or new build not suiting you?
I tried to do a no stopper, so I had just gotten home and gotten the fuel in the car and pretty much got into the race, so I had no practice with it. I got around a few people by not stopping, but I really think I should have gone with the one stop today.
Yeah, there was been a lot of talk about whether or not it's one stop or no stop was the quickest. I mean, my personal view was one stop is the quickest way around, but if you get held up with traffic and things like that, then that plays into the hands of the no stoppers. So yeah, it's a bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and I can see how just jumping in actually will be an easier strategy to go for. But what's your thought and the team's thought, as I've not spoken to anybody else at Friction, about the new build?
We all think it's really good. We're all, like everyone else, we're trying to figure out how to get this car faster now that we got different settings. I noticed that the rear heave goes much lower, or the front ride height a lot more now. So I guess for the coming weeks we'll just how to get this car sorted out.
Yeah, I mean there's some quite radical changes to it actually. That's could really throw the cat amongst the pigeons with the top 10 spots. But how have you scored so far this week? I haven't caught any of your other races, just this one.
pretty poorly this week. I think this is my highest score. I have 155.
You want to do the next one? Just try and get a few more points?
Unfortunately, no. Got other commitments.
Oh well, not to worry. We're Montreal then. That's obviously next up on our calendar. Great circuit, another F1. Could be interesting. I've heard a lot of people say medium downforce will work. And what's your thoughts and expectations for that one?
Well, I haven't actually bought the track yet, but watching the actual F1 series, Turn 1, like always, is going to be interesting.
Yeah, Turn 1, you're right. I think even in real life events we see people get switched around, and even that All-Stars event, there was some contact and things like that with all the different pros and that from both series. So yeah, I think it could be a very tricky, and make your way through that could decide whether or not you get yourself a decent points haul or not.
I can only hope for the best, I suppose.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Frank, thanks very much for quickly jumping in. And I say it every week. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yep, RC for taking care of some of our, and my wife for putting up with my hobby.
Yeah, well said. Alright mate, thanks very much. We'll catch you next week at Montreal, and good luck there.
Alright, thank you.
Right guys, that's about all we've got for the show tonight. Dean's just away eating his dinner, getting ready for the next race. I'll be on track for the next one, so anybody else who wants to jump in and have a bit of fun, let's get the next one going official. Driver of the day today, it's a bit of a tough one to call it. I mean, I would put it between probably Samuel and Mohammed. I think I'll go with Mohammed. I mean, drove a solid race, took a little bit longer to get past Kazuki, but fought back, caught up Lee, got himself second, massive whopping points, and could hopefully let's hope it's restarted his season and he'll have a little run for pro as well, because a lot of drivers think he's definitely capable of it. So, but I've been Alex Simpson. Dean Prescott is away eating dinner. We will catch you next week for Montreal and round 4 of the iRacing Grand Prix Series, Road to Pro. Thanks very much for tuning in. See you then.